receiving teachers and students. You can take your seat. Now class, in the recap part of our activity, we are going to listen to Group 2. We said that Group 2 will present their timeline chart, which they did for homework. So I'd like Group 2 to come up to the front and do their presentation. And the rest of the class, please, you take notes as they give information on what they did in their homework. Thank you. Group 2.
The title for our timeline is, the timeline shows dates of important events that took place in PNG. The years in the timeline is from 1920 to 2010. In 1922, the first aeroplane to land at Port Moresby. 1927, in 1927, the first flight from Port Moresby to Samoa. 1931, first flights of cargo from Bulolo. 1938, first plane lands at Waberg. 1942, Battle of the Coral Sea. 1945, Qantas takes over PNG's air routes. 1960, TAAN Ansett run PNG's air routes. 1965, first PNG female pilot. 1973, Air Niugini formed. 1982, PNG government takes over 100% of Air Niugini. 1993, Thales ceased operations in Papua New Guinea.
All right, thank you. And what was the scale you used? How many years represented how many centimeters from your timeline?
5 centimeters.
5 centimeters equals how many years?
10 years.
All right, very good. Let's give them a big hand. All right. Thank you very much. All right. We have now finished our lesson on timeline. In today's lesson, we will be looking at time schedules. Up here on the front, I have 60 class timetable. Students, I want you to answer the questions as I go through the timetable. Now, first question is, what subject do you learn from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays? What subject do you learn from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays? Madhu.
Mal.
Mal, okay. Mal, that's what you take on Mondays. Is that correct? Do we have making a living on Mondays? Now you will see that on Mondays from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, between that time you can see that what subject are you learning at that period of time? Arts. Now, what is the first subject that you learn on Mondays? Do you know what subject you learn on Mondays? What is the, yes, on air. What is the first subject you learn on Mondays?
Language.
Language. Very good. All right. Now, you can see that what we are trying to find out what a schedule is. A schedule is a planned activity or something that you plan to happen at this period of time. So here, we'll just go back to what we went through. So from 2 o'clock to 3 p.m. for the model class, on the timetable schedule, they are to have arts from between 2 to 3 p.m. The type of activity that is going to happen is learning something on art. Now, the first lesson that 6Es will have, or receiving student, you will have language. So when we talk about schedules, we are talking about the planned activity that will take place at a certain period of time. So language, what time is language going to take place? Samantha, what time is language going to take place? Or what time are you going to learn language? Yes, Samantha.
1 p.m.
1 p.m., good try. That is not correct. Anyone who would like to try according to the timetable? Let's have Victoria. What time are you going to learn language?
Nine o'clock to 10 o'clock.
From 9 o'clock to
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Okay? Here it says from 9 o'clock to 10 past 10. Okay? She said 10 o'clock, that's still fine. It's up to recess time. So are you clear with what a schedule is? Okay? A schedule is a planned activity at a certain period of time. So here, for example, language is going to be learned by 60 students from 9 o'clock to 10 past 10. All right. Class timetable schedule is seen in a school or in your class. Have you ever seen any timetable schedule anywhere here? I'd like you to name a few places. Where have you seen schedule of time? Receiving students? Yes, Ellipolis. Name one place where you have seen schedule of time. Receiving students?
Airport.
Very good. At the airport. At the airport, we have the flight schedules. When you're going to fly in, when you're going to fly out, or when you're going to depart, or when you're going to arrive. Okay? Very good, Elipoli. Let's have Newman. Name another place where you have seen schedule of time.
Hospital.
Hospital, very good. At a hospital, they will tell you what time the hospital opens and what time the hospital closes. Receiving students, are you clear with that? Now, if you gave correct answers, very good to you. Let's have one more from Minol.
Wharf.
At the wharf. At the wharf, you have the ship schedules when the ship is going to anchor at that particular port and at what time. I think you're clear with schedules now. Let's now move on to our exercise. All right, we have two examples there. We have two answers there. I have flight schedule, or in the newspaper, Post Korea, or even International, you have a TV guide that you look to and you see the time schedule on what programs come up. So that's why we have MTV station program schedule. Are you clear with what a schedule is? All right, good. Okay. I'd like you to have a closer look at what we're going to do in our exercise. Okay, here is a coastal shipping operating schedule to other parts in the country. We will do one example first, receiving student and 6s, then I will let you do your exercise. Okay. We will do A as an example. Irene, can you read the question for us? Okay, she's reluctant. Can we have Ubao to read the question, please?
What is planned to happen to the ship on Saturday in 800 hours time?
What is planned to happen to the ship in 800 hours time on Saturday? So I'd like you to look through this table. We have, the first column has the ports of call. Ports of call means the place where the ship will anchor. In Port Moresby, Lae, and so on. So these are the names of the ports, where the ports are located. Then we have the days and hours. Under that, we have the departure time, arrival time, the days, and the time in 24 hours. So what is planned to happen in 800 hours on Saturday? I'll give you 1 minute to study the table, and then I will get expected answers from, I will get answers from you all. All right, let's have Laka. The others we will correct when necessary. So I'd like you to, let's hear what Laka is going to give us. Okay, anyone who would like to try? Okay, thank you, Madhu. Let's have Madhu to try.
A WeWork ship arrives.
Okay, the WeWork ship arrives in 800 hours. So this is 800 hours on Saturday. Something arrives, which is the ship arrives in WeWork. Okay? Not the WeWork ship, but the coastal shipping operating ship. Are you clear with that? You are correct that the ship will arrive in WeWork, but it is the coastal shipping operating ship that arrives in WeWork in 1800 hours on Saturday. Are you clear with that? Let's try one more question. Receiving students, if you got that as well, very good. What is planned to happen in 1200 hours on Monday? Receiving student, study the table carefully. Yes, let's have Onea. I can see his hand up. Receiving student, do you have an answer? I'd like you to try. What is planned to happen in 1200 hours on Monday?
Coastal shipping operating arrives.
Okay, thank you. Where does it arrive? Very good. Where does it arrive?
Moresby.
In Port Moresby. Can you come and point to where you have seen that information on air, just to confirm your answer up on the chart? All right, very good. He has pointed to the name of the ship that is operating, and this is where he collected his information. In 1200 hours on Monday, the coastal ship operating ship arrives in What must be? Are you clear with how to read the information? All right, now I'd like you to try these exercises. You're going to start from exercise B, C, and D. I'd like you to open your maths exercise book and start answering the questions. I am giving you only 5 minutes to do the exercise, and then we will go through the answers. Then I will give you your homework task. Receiving student, did you hear what I said? You are now going to do your exercise. You'll start from exercise B, C, and D, and then we will go through your homework task. You can start. Okay, if you're not so clear, you can ask your friend who understands in the group, or you can even raise your hand. Yeah, that's C and D. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's okay, I will change the PowerPoint slide. right. Our 5 minutes is up. I'll just give you 5 seconds to just check your answers again, and then we'll go through our answers. All right, thank you. Let's have 3 students from the receiving end and 5 students from the model class to give their answers in what they have got out from the table of information. We'll have Nora, Ken, Tehila, those 3 students to give the answers. Let's start with the first student up called receiving student. We also select 3 students to give your answers. What is expected to take place at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday? All right, let's have Lauren then to help her with the answer. Come up to the front, give your answer, and also explain on the chart where you got your information from.
Coastal shipping operators arrives in Wewak.
Coastal shipping operating arrives in Wewak. All right, that's what she has. What do you others think? Receiving student, is she correct? Can we point to, where did you get your information from? Can you just show us where you got your information from? All right, very good. Okay, let's give her one big hand, receiving student. You also give one big hand to your student. If you are not correct, then you will now see that that is where the information is taken from. Let's look at next question. Let's have Ken to come up and give his answer. And receiving student, what did you get as your answer? What is scheduled for the ship in Rabaul at 1500 hours?
The ship departs on Sunday to Arawa.
Okay, the ship,
Departs on Sunday.
okay, the ship departs to Arawa on Sunday. Can you just give us that section where you got your information from? Receiving student, did you also get that same answer? Okay, where is 1500 hours? Okay, and where is the information where it says it will depart? All right, can you see that? So if you also got that answer, very good, you are correct. Let's have our last person in the receiving end to come up to the front and give your answer. Our question is, how many days did the ship take to travel from Port Moresby to Madang? Tehila. Receiving student?
It took 4 days to travel from Port Moresby to Madang.
All right, very good. From Port Moresby to Madang. Where is that information? To Madang. All right, Tehila, very good try there. It's not 4 days, it should be 3 days. Now, I'd like us to just go through that again. Good try, Tehila. It takes 3 days to travel from Port Moresby to Madang. So it travels, it departs, or it leaves Port Moresby Port on Monday. Tuesday it is still traveling. And what day does it arrive in Lae? Wednesday. So how many days of travel is that? How many days? Only 2 days, because Monday it leaves, it's still traveling. Tuesday, that's 1 day. Wednesday, that's 2 days. On Wednesday, it leaves Ley Port, and then it travels and arrives the next day, which is Thursday. And Thursday is the third day, or 3 days. So our answer would be, it takes 3 days to travel from Port Moresby to Madang. Are you clear with that information, receiving students? Let's now look at your homework task. This is what I want you to try to do in your own time after school. I'd like you to plan your own personal weekly timetable or time schedule for next week. Next week. Number 2, what are you going to do from Monday to Friday from 3 o'clock to 12 o'clock midnight or 12 p.m.? 3 p.m. to 12 p.m., I'd like you to write your schedules on what you're going to do. Remember, schedule is a planned activity or planned list of things that you're going to do at this certain period of time. So the timing I've given you, I want you to write what you're going to do during that time, 3 p.m. to 12 p.m. I have an example up here for you on the chart. This is how I expect you to create your chart. This is how I want you to form your table. You have my weekly time schedule for next week. This is your timing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Only those 5 days. All right, I have given you an example. You're going to tell us what you plan to do within each hour. You haven't done it yet, but you're going to plan to do it. So I have an example, all right, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Example, some students are traveling home from school between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Some of you travel home from school. Some of you probably meeting with friends from 3 o'clock to 4 p.m., just telling jokes or stories or laughing unnecessarily or going through what you learned during the day. I don't know, but you know what you are planning to do. What do you plan to do at that time? So receiving student, so this is just an example. On Monday, I'd like you to plan on the other activities that you're going to do. Are you clear with our homework? All right, class, this is what you're going to do. I think it's clear on the board. So let's move on to our summary. Our summary for this lesson. Time schedules are planned activities or things or events on a specific time. All right, our key phrase for this lesson is planned activity on specific time. Next lesson topic will be on tally table. Now, receiving teacher, I'd like you to draw a tally table on a big chart for the favorite subject in class. We will use that table in class in our learning activity, where we will be asking the students to tell us which one of the subjects is their favorite in class. So I'd like you to prepare this table for your next lesson. With that, thank you, Sixes and receiving students, for participating in this lesson again.